the Politico, intended to create impressions about their own importance and their brilliance, when in fact they aren't even bit players on the nation stage. This is Emmanuel, and this is Obama. But I have an idea. If these guys are so impressed with themselves, and if they are so sure of their correctness, why doesn't President Obama come on my show? We will do a one-on-one debate of ideas and policies. Now, his people in this political story, it's on the record. They're claiming they wanted me all along. They wanted me to be the focus of attention, so let's have the debate. I am offering President Obama to come on this program without staffers, without a teleprompter, without note cards, to debate me on the issues. Let's talk about free markets versus government control. Let's talk about nationalizing health care and raising taxes on small business. Let's talk about the New Deal versus Reaganomics. Let's talk about closing Guantanamo Bay, and let's talk about sending $900 million to Hamas. Let's talk about illegal immigration and lawlessness on the borders. Let's talk about massive deficits and the destroying the opportunities of future generations. Let's talk about ACORN, community agitators, the unions that represent the government employees which pour millions of dollars into your campaign, President Obama. Let's talk about your elimination of school choice for minority students in the District of Columbia. Let's talk about your efforts to future reduce domestic drilling and refining of oil. Let's talk about your stock market. And by the way, Mr. President, I want to help. Yesterday, you said you looked at the stock market as no different than a tracking pole, goes up and down. There's no up and down here. We have a plunge. The president yesterday suggested we're getting to the point where profits and earnings ratios are approaching that point where you want to invest. Mr. President, there is no profits and earnings ratio. It's price and earnings ratio. President of the United States, he doesn't know anything about the stock market. He's admitted it before. Well, let's talk about it anyway. You want to maintain it's a tracking pole? I'd love to talk to you about that. Let's talk about all of these things, Mr. President. Let's go and have a debate on this show. No limits. Now that your handlers are praising themselves for promoting me as the head of a political party, they think that's a great thing, then it should be a no-brainer for you to further advance this strategy by debating me on the issues and on the merits and wipe me out once and for all. Just come on this program, let's have a little debate, you tell me how wrong I am, and you can convince the rest of the American people who don't agree with you how wrong we all are. You're a smart guy, Mr. President. You don't need these hacks to front for you. You've debated the best. You've debated Hillary Clinton. You've debated John Edwards. You've debated Joe Biden. You've debated Dennis Kucinich. You've debated the best out there. You are one of the most gifted public speakers of our age. I would think, Mr. President, you would jump at this opportunity. Don't send lightweights like Begala and Carville to do your bidding. And forget about the ballerina, Emmanuel. He's got things to do in his office. These people, compared to you, Mr. President, are rhetorical chum. I would rather have an intelligent, open discussion with you where you lay out your philosophy and policies and I lay out mine. And we can question each other in a real debate. Anytime here at the EIB Network Studios. If you're too busy partying or flying around giving speeches and so forth, then send Vice President Biden. I'm sure he would be very capable of articulating your vision for America. And if he won't work, send Geithner. Now, we can talk about the tax code. And if that won't work, go get Bob Rubin. Or go, I don't care, send whoever you want if you can't make it. You don't need to be leaking stories to Politico like this thing that's published today. You don't need to have your allies writing op-eds and all the rest.